So welcome to another Maxsurf tutorial. This tutorial is going to be looking at taking a model out of Maxsurf Modeler and then putting it into Inventor and then creating a solid because it imports as a surface. There's lots of different ways of doing this. The two that I'm going to show are probably the most common that I find that works. It is very, very dependent on how complex the model is in Maxsurf to see if this works. And there's no real intuitive way of actually getting it out of Maxsurf Modeler and directly into Inventor. So we've got to do some tweaks with the software. So let's jump straight on in and see where we end up. So here we are in Modeler. I've already loaded up a design and you need to make sure you've got the perspective view selected, and then you're just going to come straight over and you're going to export the file, and the one that I've found that works the best is the Rhino 3DM file. So we'll select that and then what we'll do is we'll just save that as a file name, any file name that you wish. Click Save, and now that is now ready to be imported or brought into Inventor. So we'll move out of Modeler now and we'll go into Inventor. So here we are in Inventor. We're just going to start a new part. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come over and we're going to select File, then Open, and we're going to import a CAD file. We're going to choose the CAD file that we want to import, the 3DM file that we've just made out of Maxsurf Modeler. Click Open, and then I just use these parameters as standard, so I don't change any of them. So we'll click OK, and there you go. We've got our surface brought into Inventor. So the first thing we'll do is we'll just check and repair any issues. So click Repair Bodies over in the Surface panel. We'll select all of the surfaces. You might only have one or two. This one's got 6 in total. Click OK. This will bring up the Repair tab and the panels that are associated with that. We'll just find the errors, select all, click OK, and hopefully it doesn't find any. If you do, then click Heal Errors, select all, and hopefully that will work. But we're okay here, so we will just finish the repair, and now all we need to do is just go through and thicken the surface. Now I'm going to make sure I'm going to thicken it on the inside. It's already selected, so I'll just click OK, and I'll do the next one. And you can see that has thickened on the outside. So I'll flip it to the inside and create a new solid. Click OK. We'll do it again, making sure that it flips to the inside for us. New solid again. Click OK. We'll just carry on doing this. That one's already gone to the inside, so we'll click a new solid. And then we'll do these last two. It's inside, new solid. And then the last one, that's outside, so we'll flip it to the inside as a new solid, click OK. So it's not perfect, but it's good enough for what we need to do. So what we'll do now is we'll just hide the geometry, or turn off the visibility of the repaired geometry. And we've now got our solids that we can work with for the next stage of our project. We'll want to save this now as an iPart so that we've got something that we can work with in an assembly. And now we've got this iPart. Now there is some things that we need to switch on all the origin planes. And now what we can do is we've got a plane at the 0 point at the back of the very transom of the boat. Got one running down the center line and one running from the keel, which is really useful because now what we can do is we can add in planes wherever we want from the transom, so 250 mil. We can do the same for the water line and also the center line, and we could do this in both our part manager or our assembly. So that's one way of working with Maxsurf models in Inventor, and I'll do another one now, show you a different way, which is a little bit more complex, but it still works quite well. So we'll just jump straight onto that one and look at that one. Here's the second version. What we'll do is we'll start another iPart. Again, it's all very dependent on the complexity of your model. I will open, import CAD file, and I will import this particular file, which I know they're very close in name, but it's a different file altogether. So again, no changes here, and we've got this hull here. We will straight away repair the body, see if we've got any issues. Click OK, find the errors, select all, click OK. And we do have some errors, so we'll just heal the errors, select all, and again click OK. What we're going to do now is we're going to finish the repair. We will turn on our XY plane, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually offset another plane above the boat. Click OK, and then I'm going to start a sketch on that particular plane, and I'm just going to draw a rectangle around the actual oval size of the boat, finish the sketch, and I will extrude that to be thicker than the overall dimensions of the hull itself. Click OK. We now need to boundary patch this surface. So select boundary patch, we'll select the two surfaces, apply, and click done. And you can see now that it's actually put a surface on the top and the surface on the transom. Now what we need to do is use our sculpt function, and we're going to select all of the different surfaces, and we're going to create a new solid and then just click OK, and you can see what it's done is it's taken the solid object above it and has now projected that onto that surface and given us this other model below it. We can actually delete that now because that's been used. We can delete that work plane if we want, and we can hide the we'll keep the XY plane on for the minute. Now obviously we can't actually see inside the boat, so what we want to do is just delete the face of the top face, and you can see straight away we've now got a three-dimensional model that's hollow in the middle, and we can again create planes wherever we want, so that we can then use it as in an assembly. So that's the other methodology. There is more. There is other ways of doing it. They're all a bit sort of hit and miss depending on the complexity. If you've got any issues, please email me and I can set up a one-to-one if necessary. Or otherwise, put it in the comments down below to say that it's worked for you or not. Okay, so that's the end of this. And thank you very much for watching.